Attention truth seekers. Globalists are about to meet this fall to plan a technocratic takeover. The upcoming United Nations meeting called Summit of the Future, where nations will sign the so-called Pact for the Future. It is expected to declare a planetary emergency. A so-called poly-crisis may be used to implement further mass control. I am raising the alarm. Welcome to Rabbit Hole Research. This is Chevy Cool Lady bringing you another hot topic on the global agenda. Thank you for joining me as the date 2030 comes closer and we see the plans being spilled out by the ultra-elite on the table.
The reality of elitism has intrigued thinkers and truth seekers to expose their plans in order to live a free life. Let's delve into its origins and implications. Who are they? And why do they get to govern the whole of humanity? Elitism defined. Elitism refers to the belief that a select group of individuals possesses intrinsic and desirable qualities, such as high intellect, wealth, power, or special skills, that make them more constructive for society as a whole. These elites are considered to deserve greater influence or authority than others. The term elite can encompass various attributes, including lineage, personal achievement, or socioeconomic status. They are at the heart of genetic engineering. Historical roots. Ancient origins. Elitism has ancient roots, often tied to social hierarchies in early civilizations. In societies like ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, and China, ruling classes emerged based on lineage, education, and wealth. Medieval nobility. Feudal systems in medieval Europe exemplified elitism. Nobles held significant power, and their privileges were inherited. Enlightenment era. The Enlightenment challenged traditional hierarchies. Thinkers like Rousseau criticized elitism, advocating for more egalitarian societies. Industrial revolution. As industrialization transformed economies, new elites emerged: industrialists, financiers, and intellectuals. These mongers took over everything and charged the population for all technology. 20th century. The rise of political parties, corporations, and bureaucracies further shaped elite influence. They took over the government with a shadow ruling system. Elite theory. Definition. Elite theory analyzes power relationships in society. It posits that a small minority, comprising economic elites and policy-making networks, holds significant power independently of democratic processes. It just do not seem fair. Pluralism versus elitism. While pluralism envisions a diverse distribution of power, elite theorists view it as utopian. Elitism contends that certain groups disproportionately shape policies and decisions. Social stratification. Modern Western societies, social stratification typically involves three classes: the upper class, often associated with elites, the middle class, and the lower class. Wealth and control. Elites may control means of production, whether through personal achievement or socioeconomic means. In summary, the origins of elitism trace back to ancient civilizations, and its influence persists across history.
We are in the midst of a fourth revolution. A great reset according to the NWO Agenda 2030, which we will talk about in just a few minutes. A new technocracy refers to a modernized form of technocracy, which is a system of governance where decision-makers are selected based on their expertise in scientific, engineering, or technical knowledge. This concept contrasts with traditional representative democracy, as it focuses on appointing experts and professionals to administer government functions and recommend legislation, rather than relying on elected politicians. You heard it, non-elected officials, people. The idea is that these technocrats can make informed decisions for the public good, based on their specialized knowledge and performance, without the influence of political affiliations or special interest groups or the interest of the people, no doubt. The term technocracy is derived from the Greek words tau kainueta, techne meaning skill, and kaparo tau omicron, kratos meaning power, as in governance, or rule. William Henry Smith, a California engineer, is usually credited with inventing the word technocracy in 1919 to describe the rule of the people made effective through the agency of their servants, the scientists and engineers, according to Wiki. In the 1930s, through the influence of Howard Scott and the technocracy movement he founded, the term technocracy came to mean government by technical decision-making, using an energy metric of value. There is in common usage found the derivative term technocrat. The word technocrat can refer to someone exercising governmental authority because of their knowledge, a member of a powerful technical elite, or someone who advocates the supremacy of technical experts. McDonnell and Balbruzzi define a prime minister or minister as a technocrat if at the time of their appointment to government, they have never held public office under the banner of a political party, are not a formal member of any party, and are said to possess recognized non-party political expertise, which is directly relevant to the role occupied in government. In Russia, the president of Russia has often nominated ministers based on technical expertise from outside political circles, and these have been referred to as technocrats. A technocracy is a form of governance whereby government officials or policymakers, known as technocrats, are chosen by some higher authority due to their technical skills or expertise in a specific domain. Decisions made by technocrats are supposed to be based on information derived from data and objective methodology, rather than opinion or self-interest. Critics complain that technocracy is undemocratic and disregards the will of the people. Exactly right. Keep your eyes on Africa as they are going through a lot of changes in their banking systems. The Club of Rome is an organization that was founded in 1968 as a global think tank and center for innovation and initiative. It consists of scientists, economists, businessmen, international high civil servants, heads of state and former heads of state from around the world. The Club of Rome is known for commissioning and publishing research and analysis on global challenges, most notably the report titled The Limits to Growth in 1972, which sold millions of copies and sparked considerable controversy as well as a global conversation on sustainability. As for its rumored power, there are various opinions and conspiracy theories. Some sources suggest that the Club of Rome has been influential in shaping public policy and opinion on environmental issues, with claims that it has a network of 33 national associations and uses its influence to propagate a vision of global catastrophe to motivate changes in global governance. Interesting, the number is 33, don't you think? Other interpretations suggest that the Club of Rome's early warnings about environmental decline and other global challenges were prophetic, and that their message has been diverted from public opinion. It's important to note that these are rumors and interpretations, and the actual influence of the Club of Rome is a subject of debate. The organization itself focuses on research and advocacy for solving global problems, and its influence, like that of many think tanks, can be indirect and difficult to quantify. Here are some of the supposed pros of a so-called sustainable future. The World Economic Forum's Agenda 2030 is closely aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, which aim to address global challenges such as poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. Here are some pros and cons associated with the agenda. Pros. Comprehensive framework. The SDGs provide a structured plan with 17 goals that cover a broad range of social, economic, and environmental issues. 1. Global collaboration. The agenda encourages global partnerships and cooperation between governments, NGOs, and citizens to achieve sustainable development. 1. Innovation and awareness. It serves as a platform for new ideas and raises awareness about global issues, potentially leading to innovative solutions. Cons. Awareness and engagement. There is a significant portion of the global population that is not familiar with the SDGs, which can hinder progress due to lack of engagement. Uneven progress. While some regions show positive trends towards achieving the goals, others are struggling, indicating an uneven distribution of progress. Criticism of implementation. Some critics argue that the agenda may benefit the wealthy and could lead to greater financial disparity, with concerns about the eradication of the middle class. It's important to note that these points reflect a combination of the stated aims of the Agenda 2030 and the public discourse surrounding it. The Club of Rome gained considerable attention in 1972 with the publication of its first report, The Limits to Growth. This influential study highlighted the challenges posed by exponential growth in areas such as population, resources, and environmental impact. While the Club of Rome is not directly connected to the Vatican, its work has had implications for global policy and sustainability. The concept of interconnected problems, what they called the problematic, influenced their approach to addressing complex issues. They seem to intersect in intriguing ways. But basically they promoted the global warming propaganda, but lost support with their one-child policy. It would seem this is when the WEF took over. In May 2024, there are several notable events and meetings focused on sustainability. These are meetings being held by unelected investors who are not concerned about our health and prosperity. Global Cleantech 100, an event that brings together startups, scale-ups, investors, and multinationals from across Asia, with a focus on innovative companies in the cleantech sector. This event is scheduled to take place in Singapore in May. International Conference on Small Island Developing States, SIDS-4, set for May 27th to 30th. This conference will address the unique challenges and opportunities faced by small island developing states in terms of sustainability. Like Lahaina? I am sure they have lots of ideas how to use and confiscate ancestral lands. UN Habitat's Sustainability Week, part of the United Nations efforts to promote sustainable development, spearheaded the agendas with an event in early April. These events are part of a global push towards achieving the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals and will feature a variety of speakers and participants from around the world, focusing on different aspects of sustainability and environmental governance. This concerns me. Are we talking smart cities, more travel restrictions, even social credit scoring? Who are these people, and why do they get to tell us how to live? Billionaires, bloodline families, and super elite demagogues. Wake up, world, before it's too late.